The International Human Rights Day, which was marked on Saturday, celebrates the adoption of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights by the United Nations General Assembly in 1948. Speaking at an event held to mark Human Rights Day, Chairperson of the Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka, Justice Rohini Marasinghe said, domestic human rights institutions must be strengthened in order that the international community will have no excuse or room to meddle in another country.
The UDHR holds the Guinness World Record as the most translated document available in more than 500 languages, Braille and different sign languages. Yet far too many people are still unaware of their fundamental rights as human beings, drafted by representatives of diverse legal and cultural backgrounds from all regions. The Declaration sets out universal values and a common standard of achievement for all people and all nations. Each country must try to maintain a spotless human rights record, not because the international community demands it, but because it is the right thing to do for one's people. All countries must strengthen their internal human rights monitoring systems. In Sri Lanka, the Human Rights Commission has been calling out the authorities when it sees a violation of the human rights of a person or a group. Such institutions should be strengthened. Such institutions should be strengthened so that the international community will have no excuse or room to meddle in another country's internal affairs or human rights situation. The Human Rights Commission will remain indispensable in safeguarding and promoting your security through protecting the fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution. The principles contained in our Constitution are saving principles. Stand by those principles. Be true to them on all occasions, in all places, against all foes, and at whatever cost. Its preamble has definite propositions regarding the nature of humanity and government. These were the doctrines that all men are created equal, endowed with certain inalienable rights, that therefore the source of the just powers of government must be derived from the consent of the governed.
The chief guest at the event, former Chief Justice Asoka De Silva, commented on the severity of the human rights violations against Sri Lankan women in the Middle East.
Today I am addressing you on human trafficking and some of the related issues for your consideration. I decided on this topic after reading the unfortunate incident where some Sri Lankan women had to face in the Middle East. Some women were taken for employment as domestics, and I read somewhere that they had taken visit visa, has gone there, and were forced to engage in prostitution by some unscrupulous agents of human trafficking. Human trafficking is a major contemporary problem in the world, and it is the fastest growing crime according to United Nations State Department and United Nations International Labour Organization. Widespread human trafficking occurs when there is political chaos, war, extreme poverty, unemployment, lack of education, and lack of opportunity.
The event, organized by the Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka, highlighted the theme for this year's Human Rights Day: I have a voice, dignity, freedom, and justice for all.